Most people seem to think there are 4 body types: fat, skinny, muscular, and average. But most people seem to forget about the one I used to have and the one that you probably have, the skinny fat. From being obsessed with football to vigorously vibrating my body in hopes to go Super Saiyan, I was a fairly active kid. But with the move to the UK came fast food, kebabs, 2-pound chicken and chips, and of course, comfort. I would spend most of the time I was in school literally lying on the couch watching anime, YouTube, and cartoons, and I became fat. It's actually crazy looking at these pictures because I knew I was fat, but I thought I was chubby fat, but bro, I was fat. As a kid, I always wanted a sick physique like them and there, thus fueled by insecurity and disgust. The next day I started training and I went from this to this to this, with a lot of this in between. So you could say I know my fair share about the dilemma of being skinny fat. And in this video I want to share with you everything that did and didn't work for me. This is my complete unfiltered guide to the skinny fat physique. If you're skinny fat, you need to be tracking your food. There is no other way. I didn't, and I was spinning in circles for 3 years for what could be done in 1. Go to a calorie calculator and put in your details to find your maintenance calories. This is the calories you need in order to maintain your current weight. Buy a food scale, weigh your food. You need to learn how to cook, okay? Your mother's not going to be tracking your calories for you, my brother. 80% of your diet should come from whole foods and 20 could be junk and processed if you'd like. You need to eat anywhere from 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, regardless of if you're cutting or bulking. So, do you cut or do you bulk? See, the term skinny fat covers such a large variety of physiques that it's really hard to give a one-size-fits-all answer. But luckily for you, I've been through the whole spectrum. So I'm going to go through my old pictures and give diet and training advice I would give myself at that point in time. So use the advice for the physique that is the most similar to yours. I've also created a Discord server where you can post your physique and I or someone else in the server can give you more personalized answers as to whether to cut or bulk. Physique 1. This was a physique I had in the process of losing fat through an extreme deficit and excess amount of cardio. Do not do that. My advice here would be to cut 250 to 500 calories for about 3 months and progressively decrease it depending on your rate of weight loss. I'd aim to lose about 0.5 to 1 kg a week. Keep the cardio to a minimum whilst resistance training 2 to 5 times a week. During this time, all I did was cardio and tried not to eat. Don't do that, bro. Instead, eat filling but low calorie foods like cottage cheese, berries, veggies, popcorn, tuna, chicken breast, but also have some high calorie meals in there like dal bhat tarkari. Physique 2. This is probably what comes to most people's mind when they hear skinny fat. I was 15 in this image, so I couldn't go to the gym. I should have done calisthenics, but instead I was only skipping rope. Don't be a cardio Karen like me, bro. Lift weights or do calisthenics. Here you need to go on a lean bulk, and I put an emphasis on lean, which means you need to eat a surplus of only 200 to 500 calories because you still haven't built any muscle on your body. Your body is actually going to recompose itself given that you are also training and sleeping properly. At least 7 and ideally 8 to 10 hours a night. If you don't track your calories and eat whatever you want, all I can say is, yo, God help you, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man, but God help you, man. Like, I swear to God. I turned 16 shortly after this image and joined the gym, and only after a month of resistance training, I went from this to this. Now would be the perfect time to stop bulking, but I was an idiot and wanted abs, so I continued the cut. So for the rest of the image, just bulk, bro. Now I want to show you what happens when you bulk with the mindset of, I'm bulking so I can eat whatever I want, right? Now the same mindset, but when you actually train properly. The mindset just isn't it, bro. I wouldn't recommend to run maintenance calories for any of these pictures because I tried it and it only kept me going in circles. It was only when I committed to a bulk for 5 months and cut for 3 that I got the physique that I currently have. But my physique still isn't great. I only weigh 68 kgs and I look very small with clothes on. It's only in good lighting and with a pump that I look decent. I'm not gonna lie, I really love my physique currently, but my physique would have been so much better if I bulked really slowly for about a year and then cut for about 3-4 months. But as you saw, I got too fat too quick and I had to cut. Remember, the only reason you're cutting is to make room for the bulk, because when you bulk, you are in your most anabolic state to build muscle. Hey, shout out to Bod Omni, man. Before the lockdown, I went to the gym for 2 years without seeing any visible muscle growth. I'm f***ed, I guess. I just have bad genetics, I thought. Genetics play the biggest role in muscle building. That's what I was told. And looking at my starting off point, it would be hard for any 17-year-old to believe that he had good genetics. But I wouldn't quit because quitting is for pussies, so I did half-ass calisthenics training with my expectations set very low. I didn't track calories, nor did I train hard. I still hated the way I looked in the mirror. And then I discovered natural hypertrophy. You are the flea in the mayonnaise jar.
put fleas in the jar. And what happens? They always manage to escape because they were built to jump. But then the scientist is going to put a lid on the jar. Then what happens? It's a flea. It knows how to jump. It knows that it has a 36 inches vertical and it's going to jump. But every single time it will be brought back down. And after a while, the flea is going to learn. And what happens then? Does it stop jumping? No, it never stops jumping, but it's going to start limiting its jump. It's going to jump just high enough so as to not hit its head. You are the flea, and the lid was placed there by influencers. In this experiment, you are the test subject. This also means one thing. There is no scientific validity to the genetic limits or all sorts of natural limits. Why? They are the lid. The lid placed by the scientist is not a natural limit. It's an artificial limit that only exists to limit the flea. If it is removed, the flea can jump.
This video changed my mindset completely. I realized I was being a pussy. Most people in our generation find it corny to try our best. I had a similar mindset not only in lifting but all aspects of life. In school, I would always pass whilst barely studying and actually feel good about myself because I could just say, oh, I could get an A if I tried. But getting an A is the easy part. It's studying that's hard, you bum. Given the right amount of work, anyone can become exceptional not only in bodybuilding but at any endeavor at life. It's not about if you can do it or not, it's about have you done it. Regardless of if you work in silence or proclaim your goals to the world, what matters is whether you put in the work and actually reach your goals or not. That's why I always have mad respect for Kanye West. Bro's been proclaiming his goals like an idiot for over 20 years and he's actually achieved all of them, including becoming a billionaire.
Before I had my car, I used to be walking to the train practicing my Grammy speech.
He wants to become the president, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know shit about politics, but I feel like he's going to be trying his best, whether that's a good thing or not. In terms of training, I started off with Alpha Destiny's free novice program, followed by Jeff Nipper's fundamental upper lower program. I'm not going to give you my routine because I actually don't know how to program yet, and the best advice I have for training is to train very hard. I used to train like a pussy. I ain't gonna lie, Greg Doucette is the one who told me you have to train harder than last time and you have to train very close to failure or to failure. I personally love training to failure because I just feel like a struggler. I just feel like Guts as he's fighting with all those spirits at night, just knowing that tomorrow he's gonna have to do the same. Nowadays, I don't even go to the gym just to build muscle. I just go to the gym to build mental toughness because I know that the last rep of that last set is literally going to kill me, but after I'm done with it, I'm gonna leave the gym feeling like a warrior. And that's why I love lifting, bro, and that's why you should love it as well. I believe I have great genetics. I don't give a fuck if that's a true statement or not, because at the end of the day, your genetics don't matter anyway. As Eric Bugenhagen says, it's all about the mindset, bro. I'm going to become a great artist and create my own comics and animation. Within the next year, I'm going to deadlift 200 kgs, bench 100 and squat 140. And most importantly, I'm going to try my best. And bro, I know you want to join me in that endeavor. So stand up straight with your shoulders rolled back, put one foot in front of the other, and most importantly, keep on struggling, struggler.
Yeah, sharp like an edge of a samurai sword, the mental blade cut through flesh and bone. Though my mind's at peace, the word out of order, missing then the heat, life gets colder. Oh yes, I have to find my path, no less walk on earth, water and fire. The elements compose the madam, opus my modus operandi is a bound.
Bro, Jesus Christ, I did that so well. What the